with a high-value request of your own. Okay? And what you can do is you can actually generate a list of first tier concessions. Okay? Make a box. Okay? Come up with a box. These are my number 1 tier concessions. These are the things that are really important after I've gotten the price. Number 2, these are the kind of concessions that maybe aren't as important, but I'd still like to kind of use them to my own benefit. And maybe even a 3rd box in terms of your concessions. Okay? And what I want you to focus on, get the offer, don't use veiled threats, match a high-value concession for a high-value concession, come up with a list, and focus on a trade-off. Okay? The 4th thing I want you to do is I want you to add a personal touch to this whole process. Okay? Now, I do this in sales, and it's something that I do with my corporate customers. A lot of times I have a corporate customer who wants to push out a shipment. I basically appeal to their better judgment. I say, listen, I understand you want to push out a shipment because you're worried about your inventory, but please understand, you know, we got this ready for you. We did this, we did that. It's got my name on it. We've gone to great lengths to get this ready. So I want you to basically understand as a purchasing person, I want you to get the salespeople that you deal with to understand your pressure, to understand your situation and why you have to do certain things. When they can associate with what you're going through as a corporate buyer, they'll separate the individual concerns that you have from your responsibilities, and they won't come to villainize you and see you as a bad individual. They'll understand that you're working under the same kind of constraints they are. It's a great way to build connection. Okay? The 5th thing I want you to do is I want you to focus on keeping vendors honest. Okay? Now, what does that mean? You may have a great vendor. You may have the best price, the best delivery, the best terms. You may have all those things. But it is natural in human nature for individuals and salespeople to become complacent and somewhat take advantage. What I mean by keeping a vendor honest is I want you to continually search for outside bids. Okay? Just to make sure that your main source or your main vendor is in line with what the market is. Now, don't play games with an honest vendor. Okay? Guys like myself, I know what the market pricing is. I know how good our deal is. I know how great everything is. I know what you're getting. If you're getting a good deal from me, I know it. So if you come after me and I know that we're still good and we're still in line with the market, and you come after me with a bunch of stuff that I know is not true, I'm going to be able to call you on it. But if you do your homework and you find out that we're not in line, that as a salesperson or a company we're not doing the right things, and you come at me with this stuff, then I know you've done your homework and I'm caught. Okay? Do not get upset with a company if this has happened. It's human nature, all right? Just keep them honest. Keep them aware that you're checking up on pricing in the market. Keep them aware that you know what's going on in the market. If they think that you know about things and you're constantly on the ball, they'll be proactive and maybe they'll give you a price discount in advance of you having to ask for one. Okay? So business-to-business procurement negotiation tips from the mind of a salesperson dealing with the best people in terms of corporate buyers. Avoid tipping your hand. Stop broadcasting your needs too soon in the process. Save it after you get the final price. Do your standard negotiation, but then start knocking them down systematically with these requests after you get the price. What about this? What if we do this? What if we do that? And each one you should try and get a little bit of a price off of it or some kind of a concession. Avoid using veiled threats. Don't fake your threats. Don't use, threats that don't have any meaning, because it's not going to work, because when you're really serious, they're not going to be able to tell the difference. Match a high-value concession for a high-value concession. Come up with a list. Come up with a list so that you're better prepared for this portion of the negotiation. Add a personal touch. Make the guy understand, or the girl, the salesperson or the saleswoman, understand what you're going through. Okay, what the pressures you have to deal with as a procurement professional. And keep them honest. Make them know that you know what's going on in the market. So that's it. Business-to-business procurement negotiation tips. Ian John.